Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with Looking for Doublers by Jaze. This is puzzle number 2 of our theme week, our doublers theme week. So every puzzle this week will have doublers as a rule set, plus another constraint, which makes use of the doublers. So let's go over the rules for this puzzle. Well, we have normal 6x6 Sudoku rules. So in every row, every column, and every 2x3 box, we are placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. That is not affected by the doublers. We're still doing normal Sudoku with digits. All right. Additionally, we do have look and say cages. So we have cells that are surrounded by dotted lines. They are called cages. Digits can repeat in a cage. These are not killer cages, so we don't have non-repeat rules. In fact, sometimes digits must repeat in the cage. So, for example, in this cage here, we need 3 we read this as quantity, then value. So we need 3 we need to give 3 cells a value of 1 is probably the best way to put that. So I could have a 1 here, a 1 here, and a 1 here. And that would be 3 ones in this case. We still can't repeat in the row, right? We still have to obey Sudoku rules, but we need to put 3 ones in here somehow. As another example, we need a 12 in here. Well, how are we putting a 12 into a cell? I mean, I could do that, but well, let's go over doublers and that'll make things more clear. So there are exactly 6 doublers hidden in the grid somewhere. You're going to have to find them. Every single row, every single column, and every single box has exactly 1 doubler. So if I put a doubler here, I'll use green to represent that, then we cannot have a doubler in any of these other cells because we have exactly 1 in every row, column, and box. Additionally, only each digit is doubled exactly once. So if I double a 2 here, I can't double a 2 again over here because that is now 2 getting doubled twice. We need every digit to get doubled exactly once. All right. Additionally, when a digit is in a doubler cell, its value is double the digit. So the value of this cell is 4. The value of this cell is 6. The value of this cell is 12 for the purposes of our look and say cages. All right. And again, just to be clear, the value of the cell is 4, but the digit 2 is in it. We still can't repeat the digit 2 in a column or a row or a box, right? So there we go. Those are the rules. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself. And I'm going to get started right now. All right, well, no matter what we're doing with doublers, this is just going to need 3 ones in it. And there's only one way to do that, which is actually what my example was. So we know that all 3, this has 3 ones in it. And if you think about it, there are 3 columns, and we only get 1 1 per column. So we have to use all 3 columns, or you could think about it as all 3 rows. However you want to think about it, we got to use all 3 rows and all 3 columns. This is the only way you're going to get 3 ones jammed into here. And they are not doublers because they would have a value of 2, and that would ruin the 3 ones idea. This has a single 3 in it. Again, that cannot be doubled because you can't have a 1.5 in there. Okay, so any other low-hanging fruit? There are 2 2s in here. All right, so we know that there's going to be a doubled 1 somewhere in here in order to be one of the 2s, and there's also going to be a 2 in here. So there's a 1 in here and a 2 in here. The 1 is doubled. How am I going to remember it's the 1 that's doubled? So I guess I'll just remember. So we know the 1 has been doubled already. We cannot double it again. There's a single 10 in here. So we know that there's a doubler in here, and it's going to be the 5, which means this is not doubler. In fact, none of these are doublers. None of these are doublers. I should have marked that. And that means that this is not the 1, because the 1 needs to get doubled. Okay. There's a single 8 in here. That's going to be our doubled 4. So the rest of this is not doubled, which does mean that this is not the 1. We can place our 1 now. That 1 has been doubled and has been placed. So the rest of this row can be marked as not doubler. This can be marked as not a doubler, which means it's not the 5. So the 5 is doubled here. We have 2 4s in here. So we're going to need a doubled 2 in here. Lots of places to look for this one. And then we also need a 4. So this is just a 2-4 pair with a 2 doubled. So this can't be a 4, which means it can't be the doubler. So we can place the doubled 4 right here. That means this can't be the doubler, which means it can't be the 5. We can place the doubled 5 right here. So if we take a step back, we've got the 1 doubled, the 2 doubled, the 4, and the 5. So we need to double a 3 and a 6 in these 2 boxes. This cannot be the doubled 3 because the 3 is looking at it. So there is a doubler here, but it's a doubled 6. That's going to go in our 12. Easy. All right. That goes in our 12 cage. And then finally, these are not doubled. So this is a doubler. These are not doubled. So this is the 4 and this is the double 2. All right, so we have found all of our doublers and what values go in them. Nice. So the rest should be Sudoku and look and say cages. We need 2 4s in here. This is going to be one of them because it only spans 2 boxes. This 4 needs to go in this box somewhere. It goes there. Okay, what else can we do here? This is a triple. This is, yeah, we need a 2, which goes here. But anyway, we need 2, 5, and 6. This cannot be the 5. In fact, the 5 is placed in the box. This is the 2 and the 6. Nice. So this needs to be 4, 5. This needs to be 1, 2, 3. That's the 2. That's the 3. That's the 1. This is the 2. So it's the second 2 for our look and say. This has 2 6s in it, so the other 6 goes there. That puts a 6 here. This column is done with a 3. This box is done with a 5. This row is done with a 2. This box needs a 4 and a 5. We know the order. That gives us this 5 and this 4. All right, this column needs a 3. This column needs a 5 and a 6. We know the order. This column needs a 2 and a 3. We know the order. And finally, we need a 1 and a 6. And we're done with the correct solution. Nice. Yeah, so we're easing into this a little bit. This was probably even easier than my puzzle that I created. So good job, Jaze, on giving us a nice introduction to doublers. If you didn't get it last puzzle, maybe this helped click the concept. We're going to need to use a lot of the concepts that we've been using in the future puzzles. So definitely try to keep those in mind. We're going to be building up and practicing this, and they may get a little bit harder from here. But we'll see. I haven't tried the puzzles yet, obviously. I do the live solves. But yeah, hopefully you enjoy this. If you don't want to miss any of these, definitely hit the subscribe button so that they show up in your feed. And of course, if you enjoyed this, then why not leave a like and a kind comment below.